Welcome to Cobb TV. I'm Sherry Kell. We're back in the studio today for his weekly update with Chairman Mike Boyce. Welcome, Chairman.
Thank you, Sherry. It's always great to be here. As
We've
you know.
had a very busy week.
Yes, we did.
A very long work session on Monday, which has been relocated from the Tuesday time.
Right.
And our Board of Commission evening meeting on Tuesday. Would you like to highlight a few of the many items that were passed in the agenda?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to talk about the new process. Like I mentioned last week, previously for the Tuesday night meeting, we would meet on Tuesday afternoon. Well, clearly, Monday showed why this new process is much better, because we started the agenda prep at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, and it went to almost 11:30. And then we took a short break, and then we went into executive session, and then we went right into the work session. So the board worked from 9 to 5 o'clock, except for a 45-minute break. And the beauty of this was that we talked about so many things between the agenda preparation and the work session that allowed all day Tuesday to tweak some issues that we talked about on Monday. So instead of, can you imagine what would have happened if we had done that like in the old days on Tuesday afternoon? We wouldn't have gotten done with all our work. So that shows all right away that the process is validated by the fact that it gave the commissioners more time to work on it. The second thing is that there were just so many things to talk about. Just the construction alone for SPLOST projects, the 10X as we talked about. There was a lot of discussion about that. There was obviously some issues about the first reading of some of the new ordinances proposed. And there was a lot of discussion about that. But I want to highlight one of them, which was in January. We had two ladies from the community come talk to us about the concerns about the current tethering ordinance for their dogs. And there were a couple commissioners that after that meeting said, these voters have a point. So let's go back to the staff and let's have them put together a draft proposal for a new ordinance with regard to tethering for animals. And we had the first reading on Tuesday night. And we went from 2 people in January to Tuesday night. There must have been at least 20 people there to talk about that. And I'm really pleased about it, because this is democracy in action. We finally, got the attention, the voters got the attention that this is the board that listens to them. And if the board's going to listen to them, then it's worth their time to bring all their friends out to advocate for this position. And they did. And they spoke, long and succinctly and passionately about their cause. And that's why I think that getting more things out on the agenda item rather than put them in consent agenda is a better way for people to get engaged in their government. If you put everything on consent agenda, why come? Because you don't read the items on the consent agenda, and there's a lot of things that might go in consent agenda that might be hidden from you and later on bear out to be bad fruit. So I was really pleased that even though the board went for 4 hours on Tuesday night,
Yes, it did.
I thought it was a great example of democracy in action. I could not be more pleased, both with the product and also the attention that commissioners paid to these very important topics.
Great. Well, we're also 42 days away from the first official game at SunTrust Park.
Right.
We do have a exhibition game at the end of this month.
Yeah, 4 weeks from today.
Right. So we are wrapping up a lot of projects
Yes.
very quickly. Let's highlight a few.
Well, I think that we're going to be spending these videos in March. It's time now, because we are in a business partnership with the Braves, with SunTrust Stadium, that we need to do our part to promote this very important business partnership. So in March, everyone knows that we're going to be focusing on the traffic management plan for the stadium.
Right.
How do you get to the stadium to enjoy this experience? And I was at a meeting this morning with our finest, the Cobb County Police and Fire, and there was a long, detailed brief in there about what they have done to address these issues. We're going to have a couple tabletop exercises during the month of March with various public safety agencies in the area that are affected by this SunTrust Stadium, and we're going to walk through what our plan is. So the first thing I want to emphasize is that there are a lot of people and groups and agencies and staff members right now that have been focused on this plan for a long time, and now we're going to see the fruits of their effort in March by their exercises and by them discussing these things. It's now time for us to get out there and start telling the voters and the residents of Cobb County, here's what's going on. So even if you're not going to the game, we want you to be aware of the fact there's a game going on, and you might be impacted by the traffic, either coming home or going there. And if you are going to the game, here are some things to consider to get there. We really want to push the application that the Braves are putting out about when you buy a ticket, it'll be connected to Waze. It'll show you how to get to your parking spot. But we need to promote that more and more so people are aware of what we're doing to to mitigate some of the traffic issues.
Right.
I want to be very honest though. It is going to be traffic's going to be congested. There's just a lot of people going through there now, and there'll be a lot more going to the game. But we think we have another proposals, construction projects, ideas to help offset some of that congestion. And we really want you to go to our webpage and start looking at that if you plan to go to the game or if you're going to be affected by driving through the area for the game.
Absolutely. You can click on our homepage on the SunTrust image on the front page and get to all the updates.
Excellent. Well, I really want to encourage those who are watching tonight, go to that homepage, take a look at it, and I think you'll be very, very impressed by what the county and other people have done to make this a wonderful experience.
Well, last week we reached a critical milestone. We issued the certificate of occupancy for SunTrust to the Braves.
Right, and now legally, the Braves can now bring people and customers into the game.
No more hard hats.
That's right, no more hard hats. This is now a legitimate, certified building that's been permitted and inspected for safety and compliance with all the ordinances, and it's time now to play ball.
Absolutely. And down the road, last week, we opened the diverging diamond interchange at Windy Hill, and I understand it's going very smoothly.
I drove it on Wednesday, both going south on it in the morning and then going north on it in the afternoon. And I mean to tell you, it's an amazing amount of construction. Quite honestly, although all construction slows traffic down, I think our Department of Transportation did an incredible job of managing that feat. I drove that intersection practically every day for the whole time they were constructing, and I honestly thought that they did a great job getting us in and out of there. Now they have barricades, they have police to make sure that you're on the right side of the road, which is now the left side of the road, which seems to make it confusing to most people. But I'm here to tell Ryan, this is another great project using your tax dollars that I think you'll be very pleased by the results.
Now, it will be closed for a time this weekend.
It will be.
For a final surfacing, I understand.
That's correct.
But then it will be open for good.
It'll be open for good, ready to take traffic.
Awesome. Was there anything else you'd like to highlight this week?
I just want to remind people that your board is working very, very hard. We continue to have a lot of projects that we need to look at, review, and necessary vote on. But we understand that there's a lot betting on us doing our job in a timely fashion. And I can assure you the board is working very hard to make sure that all happens.
Great. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
I look forward to coming back. Thanks,
All right.
Sherry.
Thank you.
You bet. Have a great day.